So basically, this is one of the instruments that I've been using with my private clients and with my audience in general on how to, 2 ways that you can start integrating Bitcoin into your daily personal finance. So whether you're somebody that's like, hey, I'm totally new to Bitcoin, I'm kind of interested in it, I would love to have some, but I'm not really sure about spending my dollars to buy Bitcoin. This 2-pronged strategy is really a way to double stack free Bitcoin in the form of Satoshis, which is the stuff to the right place of the decimal point, Bitcoin and Satoshis for free. Basically not changing any of your behaviors that you use a debit card and a credit card for. So the first step is to get the Fold card. And so you can just go to the App Store. It's in the Google Play Store. It's in the Apple App Store. Go download the app, open it up. You can kind of set up a profile in there. You can kind of think of this as like a Bitcoin checking account. So you actually do have an account number and a routing number. So this is the closest thing that I've seen so far to actually having like a Bitcoin checking account in a sense.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're getting cash back for things like setting up direct deposit, and you can parse out a part of your direct deposit to buy Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. You can do purchase roundups. So let's say you buy for every $10 worth of goods that you buy, maybe 5%, 2%, I think all the way up to 10%, you can get 10% roundups where you're purchasing little bits of Bitcoin. Vaughn and I were just talking about the spin the wheel. So every day, one of the first things I do when I get up in the morning and I log into my phone is I spin the wheel so I can get some free sats. There's also a referral program, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a second. Another awesome thing is that there are probably close to, if not more than 100 different gift cards inside the app. Mm-hmm. So you can use your dollars to buy gift cards, and then you get the cash back, and it's anywhere usually from 1.5%, depending on the vendor, all the way up to 10%. I think I've seen above 10% in a few instances cash back. So my wife and I use that for Airbnb. Like when we're going to go on a trip, we buy, several $500 Airbnb gift cards. I want to say that that's like 4 or 5% cash back on those. Uber, the grocery store, we do a lot at Kroger. Aldi was in there for a while. Hopefully they'll come back, but they have Winn-Dixie and Publix. They have all kinds of grocery stores in there now. All kinds of almost anything like TJ Maxx, like retailers, like there's all kinds of gift cards in there. And so you get anywhere from 1.5 to 10% cash back on that. You also get some free sats when you order and activate your Fold card. You can deposit money from your regular checking account, or, like we get paid sometimes in Venmo. And so we just set up a Venmo transfer into the Fold card. You can buy Bitcoin direct from your cash balance. You can also set up a dollar cost averaging as a daily auto stack. So that's basically where you can set up like, okay, I want to buy $100 a week of Bitcoin, or I want to buy $5 a day, or anywhere in between. You can do it daily, weekly, monthly, whatever, maybe whenever you have some extra money and you want to put it into Bitcoin. There's a redeem card boost. So I won't go into that. You can also, this is another way that we earn sats. You were just talking about this a minute ago, Vaughn, is we pay our rent via Venmo, and then we pay off the Venmo balance with our Fold card, and we get sats back for that. So you can pay your mortgage, you can pay your rent, you can do bill pay, and you're going to get sats back for that. And then if you upgrade to Fold Plus is a monthly or an annual membership. It's a discount if you do it annually, but it basically just boosts the amount of sats that you get. I can tell you, we've earned probably in a little over a year more than 1 million sats just from using Fold with Fold Plus, getting that boost, doing as much as our commerce. And then, like I said before, here down at the bottom, it acts like a checking account. You do have an account number and a routing number, which is awesome. There's so many applications that you can't even really see until you start using it that's great for. And then you can also use it with Apple and Google Pay. So cool. I like using mine with Apple Pay because especially because it's a debit card, I don't like presenting the debit card at the point of sale. I like that extra layer of protection and anonymity or security by using Apple Pay because it obfuscates the account number. So I like that a lot. Just jumping into the app real quick, just to go through some of that. This is when you log into the Fold app, you see, this is the first screen that you'll see. You'll see your cash balance, which I've got mine blocked out, but you can see where this is where you can make deposits from other bank accounts or other financial accounts that you've got connected to it. You can do bank transfers, between your Fold card and other banks and vice versa. And then you can do cash transfers like through like PayPal and things of that nature. This also shows you your Bitcoin balance. So you'll have a Bitcoin balance for things like your Bitcoin purchases. Like anytime you're doing like a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly auto stack, like a dollar cost averaging strategy, that's where those will show up. And then also your roundup show up in that part. Okay. And then on this other side are your rewards. So these are the rewards that you're getting for your daily spins, your gift card rewards, any category boosts, bill pay, sats for bill pay. And then when the spin squad when you refer somebody to the Fold card and they spend, you get like a teeny tiny bit of percentage of the sats that they're spending as a reward for that as well. So that's really cool. Like I mentioned, this is sort of a stacking sats checklist. So when you go through this, Vaughn, I know you've probably done this. You've seen a lot of this already. So it kind of gives you a check mark once you've set all of these things up. I don't have a W-2 thing going on right now, so I don't have direct deposit set up. And I'm taking a pause on roundups right now. Just sort of a fiat strategy. And then the next screen, as you see down here at the bottom, is your Bitcoin balance. So you can buy more Bitcoin, you can sell Bitcoin and get cash directly into your cash balance. And then you can also transfer Bitcoin to an exchange account that you have or a hardware cold storage wallet that you have once you get to a certain level and you're like, I'm not really comfortable with, all of these sats sitting on the Fold, the Fold thing. And then there are just all these automations that you can set up, direct to Bitcoin, roundups, and then auto stack. This is a screen where you would set those up. Mm-hmm. Your cash balance, again, direct deposits, bank transfers, cash transfers. So this will show deposits, withdrawals. It's fully FDIC insured, so it's just like a bank account. I didn't show it in this screenshot, but when you scroll up, you can see all of your transactions and the number of sats that you're being rewarded for that. And then you can also see your account and routing number if you go up here to the profile icon, and then the card details if you click on that there. Almost finished. The Bitcoin rewards balance, again, this is for your daily spins, your gift cards, category boost, bill pay, and spin squad. And then this is your spin squad referral reward. So as you're referring to friends and family, or if you're a content creator like I am, I think the more of us that do this, the more we are sort of encouraging the next level of Bitcoin adoption, by using this very, very simple tool. It's not, you got to go set up an exchange account and you got to get a hardware wallet and you got to run a node. I mean, that's really, really that's going to just freak a lot of people out. Whereas we can on-ramp people into Bitcoin pretty much effortlessly just by using something that they already use every day, as a matter of fact. The second step, and this is just another way to really double stack Bitcoin, is the Gemini MasterCard. Gemini is a Bitcoin exchange, a Bitcoin actually and cryptocurrency exchange. You'll know if you followed my content for any amount of time, I don't recommend crypto. Bitcoin only. Bitcoin is the apex predator asset. It's the only decentralized commodity digital asset, which means a commodity is basically an asset without an issuer. So there's no central authority. There's no central set of servers. It's completely decentralized around, the software is running on tens of thousands of nodes around the world. And so I won't go into all of that, but that's just to kind of accentuate the idea that Bitcoin is different. So essentially the benefits with the Gemini card is that when you sign up and you spend $3,000 of normal spend in your first 90 days, you get $200 worth of Bitcoin deposited into your account at that. So you can also, they have a referral program as well. So you get $50 in Bitcoin every time you refer someone. And again, this also can be used with Apple and Google Pay. So strategically, what we're doing with this is, especially gas, you get up to 4% on gas, EV, and transit purchases, which is huge. 3% on food and dining, 2% on groceries, and then 1% on everything else. So the way that we use this is if we're purchasing gas, we've got our Fold card set up in Gemini as our bank account to do the payoff. So we get the 4% back on the gas, and then every week we pay off the balance with our Fold card, and we're being rewarded with bill pay sats in the Fold card as well. So that's really an easy way to just double dip on some free sats just for doing stuff that you already do anyway. So, yeah.
Question or just a comment on the Gemini. When I did set it up, it comes up and it gives you all these different categories, like for credit card, and you got to make sure you go to the orange Bitcoin card.
Yes. Yep, that's right.
So the other ones are like
crypto. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You want to. That's a great point. Yeah. When you apply, you want to apply for the Bitcoin,
right? For
the Bitcoin card specifically. Now, I do think if you get one of the other ones, you can actually go in to the app and change what your rewards are, regardless. Okay. But yeah, I would say, just go ahead and because it's such a cool card. It's orange and it's like it's just kind of cool.
Yeah. So I did click on like I think there was like one for EV and something like that. And it would just kind of like not what I was really looking for. And then I went to the orange card, and because it had the B on it, and then that's the one that I knew that I needed, because I think they give you like 4 choices.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. And so I know you haven't gotten your card yet, but once you do this, like we'll walk through, the granularity of how we do this. Like I said, this is really just a little presentation that I put together for you and for the rest of the audience to kind of think through like, okay, well, what does this look like? What does this feel like to incorporate this into my daily, weekly, monthly personal finances? So links in the video description below for both of those. And thanks for letting me walk you through this, Vaughn.
Yeah, the Fold card actually is really, it's just like a, debit card. So you just dump money, you transfer money into it. And I have mine now set up like every Monday I get $100 I transfer from my savings account over to my debit card.
That's awesome.
So I always know I have funds in there.
Right. Yeah. And I know that when you first got the Fold card, there were some things that just weren't quite clear. And so it is, even though it is a common vocabulary, there are still a couple of little details that might be a little bit, kind of unfamiliar.
Now I do stacking. Yeah. So like if I purchase something and I use it and I buy it for $25.46 or something, it rounds it up to $26.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever that difference is, I get rewards on
extra sats. Yeah, and then what you can do, because we're getting to this point, with you've got an exchange. You've got an exchange wallet set up with one of the exchanges that you've got some Bitcoin, and then you've got this. So the next step would be to help you set up, a self-custody setup with a hardware wallet generating the private keys. So when your balances get beyond, a certain level, I usually say once you have about $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, that's when it's a good time to consider getting a hardware wallet. I definitely don't recommend Ledger. I definitely do not recommend Trezor. The only wallets that I would recommend from a cybersecurity perspective would be the Cold Card, either the Cold Card MK4, the Cold Card Q, or the Foundation Passport. Those are the most secure wallets. So we'll talk more about all of that stuff when we get into it. When I get to
that point this week, I'll...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's, the cool thing about this is that getting started this way can make it really fun. And then as your balance starts to build, it's like, hey, man, this is like, I got a few $100 in here for just doing stuff that I would normally do. Yeah. Okay, now what do I do with my Bitcoin? Like, what's the next thing? And it kind of incentivizes you. I know that you've been reading the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous. That's a book that I recommend to my whole audience as well as my private clients as well. So awesome. This has been great. Thank you so much, Vaughn. And we'll see you guys in the next video.